Hello there, my Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your Path of True Love reading for December-ish 2019, though timeless. Whenever you're supposed to watch it, you're supposed to watch it. Welcome. I am your reader for the moment, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mel for short, president of Drawing the Circle Productions. Professional witch, professional intuitive, track record fucking mile wide, mile deep. Been doing this a very, very long time, and it is so cold and snowy in Holbrook today that all of my external events did cancel. They were just meetings. So I'm still in my bathrobe. In my bathrobe, Leo rising that I am, creature of comfort, right? And ready to rock and roll with these readings. So welcome. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Making my way to 1,000 subscribers so I can do the super live chat. Which I'll probably do rather often. I'm feeling like definitely more than once a week, but once a month I will do a lovely little event just for fun called Drunk Tarot Super Live Chat or something like that. I've talked about it in other videos, but I think that's enough for now. I think that's enough to get you to hit like and subscribe, one would think. So let's get down to business. First, a couple of expositionary things to get out of the way. Number one, this is a collective read, right? It is Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. I always do Sun, Moon, Rising as a foundation for my zodiacal reads so that people can get pieces of the puzzle, particularly, oh my God, Path of True Love, Soulmate reads, Twin Flame reads. It's all a mystery. It's supposed to be, it's mystical path. We'll talk about that next. So just take what resonates, like what you feel in your body, you know, for weal or for woe, because if it triggers you, that's something for you to look at. That's something that's very helpful when we get triggered. I know we don't think of it that way, but it's really the truth. It's something, it's the intuition, it's the soul calling you inward. So pay attention to that stuff, certainly. It might be a truth you don't like, but is a truth nonetheless, just saying. Second thing, the path of true love is your path, right? This is not about other people, though other people may be indicated, because it is your spiritual path, your warrior's path, your hero's journey, your healing path, whatever you want to call it. Path of True Love is all of that and a side of fries, looking through the lens of your relationship. So it's how you become true love, right? Every relationship in your life, true love isn't just about romance and intimacy, nor our soulmates, nor our twin flames. There are some videos in the description box below, along with the links for all of the decks that I use. Go watch some of those, clarifying twin flame soulmates, true lovers. Even Matt Kahn, I've kept his video in my description box. Soul contracts, twin flames and soulmates redefined. Such a incredibly important piece of information if you are really walking the relational path for your own healing and for the healing of all. Yeah. So go have a look-see-dook-see at that. So remember, this is all about you, right? It's you on the path, no matter who else is on it, whatever characters, family, friends, lovers, co-workers, bosses, whoever, right? What else? Yeah, we do have some cool links in the description box below. Go check it out. I've got my ebooks up there now. I've written 2. The third one will probably come out next year because I'm a YouTuber now, not an author, but I'll find time to do both eventually. And taking clients, too. I take clients on Facebook Messenger and Skype all the time, face-to-face. It's way more fun that way for me than just recording a video and sending it to somebody. I ain't cheap, but I'm worth it. I've been doing it since I'm 12 years old. I'm 51. Don't let the sense of humor fool you. I'm wicked fucking accurate, and I've helped thousands of people directly and indirectly throughout my career. Cool. Nothing like a Leo rising to have that extra little touch of confidence, right? Last thing, please breathe. It is just becoming more and more apparent to me. It's so funny, the things we start with on the path that revisit, right? It's like breath is everything. The more you consciously breathe, the more chi, prana, life force, guidance, grace, inspiration you're breathing in that you need for that moment of the inhale. Exhaling anything that you're ready to let go of, any resistance, any pain, any old patterning in that moment, consciously or unconsciously, as well as breathing in blessings and exhaling those blessings to not just everyone around you, but do it consciously. You can breathe blessings, known and unknown, to anyone you're thinking about and directing it to. Talk about being a channel of the divine, right? So in a reading, it's helpful for me to do it so it keeps the energy moving. Otherwise, I get tense and I speed up. As well as helpful for you so that you can integrate not just the words I'm saying, who cares, but the energy that is coming through me, that is coming through you simultaneously. It doesn't matter that I'm recording it and you're watching it later. Energy's timeless, baby. Cool, cool. So let's do this. Let's have a little quantum field trip, shall we? Take a nice deep breath. Oh, how about another just for tits and shiggles? Oh, feels so good. Here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card, one Caroline Myss archetype card to represent this Leo collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. On the path of true love for December-ish 2019, keeping in mind this is also timeless when anybody's guided to watch it. That it'd be truly helpful for them as well. That's the quantum for you. So please, one card for this Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. What is the dominant archetype they will be dealing with within themselves, another, or in a situation for December-ish, yet timeless? What is the soul power that they can alchemize on the path of true love for this reading? The servant archetype. Now, not what you think necessarily. I will read what's on this card, but this will sort of serve as a main energy, that everything's going to pretty much come back to this archetype, shadow and light, lead and gold. Now, this could be you. This could be you and a situation, right? One in where you must serve, or you're being called to serve, or dealing with somebody where that archetype is so dominant within them, it's triggering you to grow, to heal, to learn, to become the best that you can be. It can be all three simultaneously too. That's holographic fifth dimensional reality for you, right? So let me read the shadow attribute. Using the lack of money as an excuse to not move forward with life, right? It's like your path is calling you forward. Love is calling you forward, but you can't because I don't have the money for it. I can't leave the toxic situation I'm in because if I do, is there a codependent thing going on there where you're in a relationship only because of the money? Now, not that gold digger thing necessarily, but really from that place of the servant, you may be like working 2 jobs, but you can't get out of the toxic situation because, well, at least it's a roof over my head. I get it. I've been there. But the thing is that it is impacting health, your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health, and of course, eventually, your physical health, your sense of security, which can really do damage to the cell tissue long term. Can, right? It just does. A big contributing factor to a lot of physical pain, illness, and disease. That codependency. It's like, not really happy where I am, suffering where I am, but I am dependent on this person to pay the bills, or I am dependent upon this situation, this relationship that I'm with. And by the way, that doesn't have to just be intimate lover, couple thing. That can be a toxic boss. That can be living with a family member, or you don't even have to be living together, but you know what I mean? But there's definitely a thing, using lack of money as an excuse to not move forward with your life. That's what you incarnate for. Your soul was chosen to play this role, to move the role forward, to play the quantum game. You know, we talk a lot about reincarnation, but I'm learning about meta-incarnation, where the soul is chosen to play the same role over and over and over again, just like a video game, right? If you didn't hit every goal you wanted to, you come back and play that life again. That explains deja vu so fucking much. And I'm pretty sure the soul, the truth of who I am, has played Angelo, Lyons in the Quantum several times, which means that this is all a game, right? We can really enjoy and trust and be brave, right? Well, let's look at the light, right? So we got the shadow here. Let's look at the light. Delight in serving others with a free and loving heart, right? It's like, well, okay, let me serve me, right? Like, I'm a Virgo. I fucking know. I'm a Virgo Sun, Leo Rising, Pisces Moon, Venus and Libra. So, you know, there's a lot there. But, like, 4 planets in Virgo, 2nd house because I am Leo Rising. It's like, I love to serve. It's like what I came in to do. But serving and loving myself is part of that service so I don't burn out and become toxic, right? And vengeful and spiteful and resentful of those which I serve. It happens. It happens. So to do that with a light and loving heart, you have to really look at, okay, well, then let me serve spirit, right? Let me, if the thing is like I don't have enough money, I don't have enough security to extricate myself from something toxic, from something abusive I'm hearing, from something neglectful, from something codependent, all of those, take the loss, move on, pick up your bed and walk. Get out. Go to your gods, go to your higher power and say, okay, all right, I get it. Everything in this hologram is happening to make my soul grow, and my soul is calling me forward on the path of true love. It's all about relationships. I need to extricate myself from this. Let me only serve, catch this, let me serve the divine plan. Show me what to do. I will do my best, but it's going to take bravery, it's going to take courage, it's going to take strength, it's going to take support, and it's going to take asking for help. And we all know how much Leos live to do that. Like, I'm Leo rising, Mars conjunct, I fucking know. But that's why I go to the gods first, right? I don't know if you're a witch or you're Wiccan or whatnot, but I'm an eclectic witch, but I absolutely adopted the Wiccan read, particularly the poetic version, Doreen Valiente. Bide the Wiccan law ye must in perfect love and perfect trust. Well, perfect love and perfect trust of who? For me, the gods alone, first and foremost. Everybody else has bad days. And we're all the gods on the inner. So yes, I trust somebody's soul, I trust somebody's spirit, but do I necessarily trust their ego, their behavior, and their personality? Not necessarily. So that's when sometimes you have to pick up your bed and walk. You just have to go anywhere else but where you are. Couch surf, sleep with somebody else, you know, do what you got to do. Get out of a toxic situation. And I know people are like, well, I can't quit my job. It's like, no, but you can certainly start serving the divine wherever you go. And in that, you will get your paychecks, right? Things will come to you. I've had to do it so many times in my career. Also, I've had to do it in relationships, romantic relationships. Also, I've had to do it in family relationships, right? So it's a learning curve where we all have to. Otherwise, the servant becomes the prostitute very easily. And I don't mean necessarily sexually, but that you are compromising your self-worth. You're negotiating yourself away because of money and security. It's tricky shit. Yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to take the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, still divided. I haven't merged them back together, into the Suit of Problems, the Debbie Downer deck, the Womp Womp cards, I affectionately call them, to clarify the shadow, and then the other three decks, the Luck, the Healing, and the Grace suits, I should say, to clarify the light, and then we'll keep going. Cool, cool? Please take a deep breath. My masters, the ascended masters of true love, you know who you are. I could call you by name, but you know who you are. Let's not freak people out. Please, my ascended masters on the path of true love, one card in clarity. Please clarify the lead in this servant archetype pertaining to this Leo collective sun, moon, rising Venus sign on the path of true love. Quick and easy. There we go. Rules. This came up for Virgo too, I think. One of the earlier ones. Might have been Libra. Right? So, well, but the rules are... I'm not allowed to walk away unless I have the money. I'm not allowed to take a leap of faith unless I have everything I need. You already have everything you need. Look at the rules you were raised by. Look, things are changing so fast on this planet that the rules of last year, let alone to this year, yesterday compared to today, the rules are changing quickly. Now, I'm not talking about healthy boundaries. Your healthy boundary, for me, the rule is, you abuse me, you neglect me, I'm out, right? You're toxic and you don't want to heal, I'm out. It's the most loving thing you can do. It really does serve people when you walk away from toxicity, because you are one less person they are going to have to forgive themselves for abusing or neglecting or codepending or controlling, manipulating, lying, you know, whatever the form is, for you to kind of say, okay, well, but that's how I was raised. Yeah, but that's not the truth of who you are. That's the personality. That's the character you came into play, which you came in to love that character, right? To love that child within your heart. To love. It's like, Mark, I love you, but I am your soul. I am the soul assigned and glad to be here, right? That shifts a lot of rules. Look at your dependencies. Look at where you're using money and financial support to become essentially an indentured servant, right? One paying off their freedom. Not great. Not great. Not when the divine itself is the liberator and the path of true love. True love sets you free. It will usually piss you off first. Well, the truth will set you free. It usually pisses you off first. Thank you, Gloria Steinem. So look at your rules, and they need to be updated because they're not serving. They're not serving. Be honorable, but be honorable to yourself, right? Be charitable, but be charitable with yourself as well, right? Reassess your roles, right? Because I have found that Leos like to make their own anyway. So at least make sure they are healthy and supportive. And to do that, we're going to look at the light attribute, right? Delight in serving others and yourself with a free and loving heart. To be self-serving. Look, if you're a narcissist, chances are you're not watching these videos. If you are, then self-service is just what you do. Everything's about you. But if you are a passive narcissist, right, the emotionally sensitive, usually the divine feminine, right, where feeling other people's feelings, and what it means to be a passive narcissist is to instantly assume, like machinery assuming, that how the other person feels, you're feeling it in your body, that's their opinion of you, and so you fucking people please like an acrobat to make them feel better so you feel better about yourself. It's still toxic. It's still manipulation and lying, but you don't even realize you're doing it, right? So keep an eye on that, my servant. You might have been doing that. You might have been doing that in this this path of true love context relationship thing here. So really look at your rules, and now let's get for that gold, for that free, right? Delight in service to the divine, to yourself and others. And this card keeps coming up like a magnet. Come hither. It really feels like this is a part of the magnetism of it all. Like, because what's come hither? Someone who is in real come hither vibe doesn't need to do much, right? Their electromagnetics are in alignment, right? They're in alignment with their soul, the love, the vibe, the juice is coursing through their system so consistently, maybe not 24/7, 365 every single day of life, but enough where they are magnetic, they are attractive, they are seductive, but usually they're not trying, right? Come hither. It's like she's just leaning up against a tree. She's just like, hi, hey, y'all, hey, right? You know, to serve by being authentic, right? That we all have a call to service, but that our service right now is so much about our own inner healing, serving the true self, loving the inner child of the heart, which is your emotional body, remembers all of the pain. Holographically, as you love and heal that, as you bless your heart with love, holographically, all hearts are loved, all hearts are healed, all hearts are blessed. And really in the universal hologram, our bodies are perfect holograms of the universe, with planet Earth as the heart. So you want to heal the planet? Love your heart. There's your service. That's what us mystics have been waiting to hear for thousands of years, and that we don't have to live in a monastery, right? We don't have to live in an ashram, bread and water, and scrubbing floors and peeling potatoes and prayer and vespers all day long. No, we can do it in modern life, right? Having relationships, having jobs. Cool, cool. Lovely start. Surprised it's not for Virgo, but I'm a Virgo Leo rising, so of course I can jive with that. And I've walked away from a lot of toxic people and situations, particularly service-oriented ones, right? I was doing the best service I could, but if they were abused or neglected, walked away. It's hard, but did it. Love, right? Like, I can relate to that doing these YouTube reads. So much fun to do. Getting me clients all over the planet. It's great fun for me, right? Really serving with a free and loving heart. What we're going to do now is we're going to get 3 cards from the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, a past, present, future, where you've been on the path of true love, where you are, and where you're going on the path of true love. Cool, cool. I'm going to deal them face down, so I can't even see what they are. Cool, cool. Please breathe. I'm so glad I'm doing this in my bathrobe. It's like you get to see me at my most comfy, and it's nice and it's brown and squishy. It's like a blanket made into a bathrobe. I'm a bathrobe guy. Here we go. Oh, my goddesses, please, 1 card in clarity for this Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Where have they been on the path of true love? Please, 1 card. Same thing, my goddesses. Where are they? This Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Where are they on the path of true love relative to where and when they're watching this reading? There's you present. And my goddesses, please, one card in clarity for this Leo collective. Same thing, but where are they headed? Not a prediction, but like GPS. Keep going in this direction. This is where you're headed on the path of true love. Now, just so you know, before I flip them over, we will eventually, I'm going to read all three of them first, but we're going to be clarifying them with the mythic tarot, the voice of the god. So we've got the voice of the goddess here, the voice of the god. Where we been? Well, Ace of Cups. I don't do reversals for these. They know that. So Ace of Cups, so that a new love has already begun in some way. Now, it's an ace. Sometimes, yes, that can fly a little under the radar. Maybe there was an offer of love, a flirtation, something like that. But what I'm getting here, too, it's sort of like you've already begun sort of accepting that happiness is a decision, right? That you've begun to love yourself, begun to water the heart, as it will, so that that seed, really that's the imagery you're giving, that patch of dry land is being watered. It's a little intense, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, I love you. It's just a cup. It's an Ace of Cup, one cup. Happiness, the seed of happiness, where you've been. So some of that service to yourself, right? Perhaps that's been pulling back a little bit from toxic situations, perhaps reevaluating some of those rules, looking at them differently, being kinder to yourself, and of course then kinder to others. I always hold doors open for people. I'm always please and thank you, and I'm not doing it to look good. I'm doing it because it's a way of transmitting that simple seed of grace, of love, of peace, right, to others. Makes me, and you can get high on it. Get high on your... The thing is right now, how we are attracting according to the law of attraction and all that shit, is our conduct in alignment with our highest virtue and our highest truth, because there's always a highest virtue and a highest truth. So you always have to adjust, particularly your rules, right? So if you're faking it to try and make it, if you're pushing down your fear without, you know, loving it, that served for a while. It doesn't work anymore, right? You have to love whatever rises within you and bless whatever shows up on the outside, but you don't have to like it. You don't have to enjoy it. You don't even have to ultimately accept that it's for your greatest good, because I'm not feeling it right now. That's fine. But just serve the divine. Just serve the divine plan to say, all right, this is what's in front of me. Bless it all. I'll figure it out as I go. Help me, right? Help me. Ask for help. Where are you on the path right now? Bitch, it's the High Priestess. There's secrets, there's mysteries, the divine plan is in play. You don't know what it is, but you got to follow your intuition. You got to follow your gut. Now, there is a difference between following your intuition and following your emotion. People say follow your heart. And if that means follow the truth of who you are, follow the dictate of the soul, because it feels like the soul is calling you out of something that's really toxic, that's codependent, that's based on money. It's not love. It's using. You're using each other. That's what codependence is. You're using each other in unhealthy ways. So to get that, the High Priestess knows the way out of that, but you have to listen to your gut. Honey, if it doesn't feel good down here, it's not good. If we could only teach that to children, right? But we tell them, well, this is what I was raised with. Oh, you want something to cry? I'll give you something to cry about. Like, never to trust your own gut, to do what adults tell you to do, which is how you get molested and abused. And you carry that into adulthood. It's just, no. No, that's why there's nothing like a rebellious teenage. And I had my share of it. I was part of the Bad Reputation Nation of Joan Jett at like age 13. Fuck, right? So it's also started reading tarot at age 12. So you can see the High Priestess is about being a channel through which the divine flows, but you don't know it. You want to serve with a free and open heart. Serve the divine. Say, all right, from this moment forward, priest, priestess, channel of the divine, angel in physical form. What do you want me to be? I'll be it. I surrender my will to the divine. Use me. Even Oprah, that's her prayer. God, use me. Keep it simple. Keep it sacred. Keep it safe. I don't know. Threw a little Gandalf in the Gandalf. Oh, Gandalf. And where are you headed? Success. Six of Pentacles. Balanced. Give and take, right? I love this card. It's Special Olympics. That even under handicap, even though you're not all the way home, if you're in the race, you win, right? Your success. That this is about taking your wounds, taking your licks, if you will, your pains, and moving them forward in your own life on the path of true love, a true sense of success. My heart is just flying open at the idea of that card. But do you get where you are right now? It's all a mystery. You are being used by the divine. Look, you can't fuck up the divine plan. You've done nothing wrong. Like, that is the mantra for the divine feminines, the emotionally sensitive, the energetically sensitive, right? The intuitive. You've done nothing wrong. You had to go through this. This was part of the divine plan. Free will and control are not the same thing. Free will is free will. Control is control. You have free will. You don't have control. If we could manipulate consciously, deliberately, the quantum fields of probability, it would be bewitched. It would be charmed. It would take one rhyming couplet, a sound effect, and a visual, and everything, we would have what we want. And you know what? We go crazy. We get bored and we would go crazy. We have to become the people life wants us to be, not who we think we should be. And that's real surrender to the divine. Now, that's more of the slave archetype, which is different, but the servant has choice. A slave does not, the slave archetype pops up every now and again in these reads. The slave abdicates their will to God in the light, right? The shadow abdicates their free will to others horizontally in fear of making their own choices and decisions. That is not this. This is the servant. You have free will. You have choice. The divine will catch you. The divine will catch you. Take a step. You don't got to do it all at once. Take a step. Be brave. Serve the divine. Serve the God within you. Serve the child within your heart that's saying, please get us out of here. Please, let's get, whatever it takes, let's get out of here, right? The high priestess is with you. She wouldn't be calling you forward unless it was safe. It just doesn't feel that way. But that's an adventure flick, right? It's not the hero's journey if the hero's told from the beginning, oh yeah, it's going to be fine, right? That's not a hero's journey. That's Aaron's. Let's clarify. We're going to clarify the past here with the mythic tarot, the voice of the gods. Now, Apollo sits solo in the throne of Leo for me. So let's have a look-see-ducksy, shall we? I love him. He's so beautiful. God of prophecy, God of healing. God of the Oracle of Delphi. Originally it was Pythia, but, you know, people don't like snakes. So let's not go there. Please breathe. Oh my gods, Apollo in particular, please clarify this Ace of Cups, this card of happiness in the past for this Leo collective. Sun, Moon, Rising Sign, please clarify. Three of Wands, and it's something you've been waiting on, something your loyalty has gone into, right? Something that you've given some devotion. Sometimes only three, don't panic. But in the recent past, you've been putting in the work. You've been wanting this Ace of Cups, this new beginning. So even if it hasn't fully fucking manifested yet, don't worry. It's coming. Your opportunity, it may not be today, right? Today, you're in the High Priestess, but this is something you've been waiting on, to extricate yourself from a toxic situation because of money. Now, that could come as a windfall. Who knows? The form of it will be different for everybody. But just to know, the gods know, right? It's so funny. It's like we have to tell the gods what we need. They know. Sometimes I think our prayers, our spells, our entreaties, what have you, I just talk to them, just dialogue. It's a very mystical thing to do. I think it just prepares us. And the things that we really want, we're going to get them, just not usually in the way that we want them. It's so true. Like, of all the spells, my spells always work, but never in the way I expect them to. They always work in some way better, though not what I was expecting. And I think the things that we truly want, that kind of drive us a little crazy, we want them so much, or a lot of crazy. It's an intuitive thing of knowing that it's scripted and that it's what we're meant to do. We're meant to have that, so where the fuck is it? And so what happens? We tense up and it's like, well, it's not cake yet, honey. You're still hot batter in the oven. I know it sucks, but breathe, relax, get there. It's okay that you put your loyalty into this situation in the past because you really thought it would make you happy, but all that rises falls, right? All that renews eventually erodes, and all that erodes makes room for renewal, right? It's just the cycle of it all. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. It's just outlived its usefulness, and the universe is trying to pull it out of your life. But I think it wants you to kind of make a decision and walk away here. That your loyalty needs to be to your own happiness, not somebody else's right now. That's the path of true love for you. You got to love yourself first. Just how it works. Stop trying to make other people happy. Make you happy by loving yourself and following the path. All right, this is enough from me. My gods, please clarify this card of the High Priestess for this Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Where are they on the path of true love, please? From the Three of Wands to the Three of Cups. Now, what I find interesting about that, aside from the 3 symbolism, 3 is initial completion, not all the way there, but have like everything that you need. The Three of Cups, often thought of as a card of celebration, certainly can speak of a third-party situation as well. I do agree with that. Now, usually I wouldn't say that if just 1 3 popped up, but there are 2 in a row. So we're really looking at that there is a third-party situation here that has been kept secret. Now, can third party mean another person, another love interest? Sure it can. The other man, the other woman, the spouse, the partner, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, however you see that. But it can also be another person in terms of a family member who wants you to be secure and stable, not happy. Why? Because it makes them feel better that you're secure and stable, they're not happy. Right? Family member, dear friend. It's like, well, you can't walk away from that. What are you going to do? Well, you're going to learn, you're going to heal, you're going to grow, you're going to follow your path, you're going to feel better than you've ever fucking felt because you're going to be brave, teaming with the soul and allowing the ego to grow and evolve, right? Scary as shit, but life is risk. That's why we incarnate here. Because in spirit, 5th dimensional and higher, we see the unity of it all. There's no drama. There's no drama. That's why we come down in here to play this game. So you are being used by the divine. Now, what I love about this card, by the way, it is the wedding of Cupid and Psyche. Sorry, Eros and Psyche. Cupid is the Roman, Eros is the Greek god. More of an adult than a baby in a diaper. Certainly more attractive to me. It's so funny, they're married, but she's not allowed to look at him, right? So it's like a young marriage. This is saying that there is something worth celebrating in your life, and you're not really with the person that you really want to be with, and that you really need to be with the person you really want to be with. If this is romantic, whether it's a, but the money situation can be, well, I don't have the money, then work is the third party situation. But look, there's something being hidden all around on this, but mostly hidden from the divine. This is about your destiny. This is about something you came into this life to do. The High Priestess. The major arcana cards never fuck around. They are a big deal. That's why you have fire, earth, air, water. The major arcana cards are spirit. They're the voice of the divine. Everything else is manifesting as court cards or minor arcana. Extricate yourself from the toxicity. You have served. You did the best that you could, and it has served you, my servant Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Because now here is the moving on. You may be limping. You may not have all of the money. There might be financial handicap, but let the gods restore that which the locusts hath eaten. How's that for a little scripture for you? I know I could have been a comparative religion scholar, but fuck that. No, thank you. I don't think they'd appreciate my purple hair, let alone my sex life. You hear me, Scorpios. Sorry, there must be some Scorpios watching. I meant Leo, but that too. Let's get your last card down here for this past, present, future, then we'll continue clarifying. My gods, please, one card in clarity for this 6 of Pentacles, this breakthrough, this success, this equal give and take instead of this vampiric codependent bullshit that we've all been patterned into learning from our families and our societies going back thousands of years to hunter-gatherer, where dependence was really survival-based, healthy, and understandable. We're not there anymore. So please, my gods, my Apollo, a ray of light, a piece of your clarity for this Leo collective. 9 of Swords. This is about breaking away from the mental crazy, right? The up late at night. You see, the thing about the Nine of Swords is that it is torturous. It's not the 10. It's not that completion. It's that the mind racing and being up late at night. You know the card in the Rider-Waite, right? It's like, in bed, Bafangul, right? You know, it's just horrible. The mental torture, the mental anguish, but it's also the figuring and the puzzling it out. This is breaking away from that. This is the handicap. So yeah, you can think about it as much as you want. I'm telling you, it's a thing of the soul. You are being given the guidance and the grace of how to walk through it. It is not going to be easy. But when has the path of true love ever been easy? In fact, William Shakespeare, Midsummer Night's Dream, the course of true love never did run smooth. Nothing like a little iambic pentameter to get you through life every now and again. The course of true love never did run smooth. So you could say the path of true love never did run smooth. It is built, it has built in prerequisite challenges of honor, of truth, of courage. Do you want to follow the heart? Be brave. Your highest virtue, your highest truth. I never tell people what to do, but I feel like if you stay in this situation, it's just going to get crazier and crazier and more psychologically abusive than anything else, particularly how you are abusing yourself with all of your reasons and justifications for staying in something toxic. Eventually, it sort of has to turn into physical illness, accidents, resentments. I mean, Louise Hay 101, right? You know, not that all of our illnesses are manifestations of negativity, but it certainly contributes to the toxicity, considering every thought creates an emotion on some level, and every emotion is matched with a biochemical, right? The biochemistry of emotions. So, you know, a lot of cortisol, it's not great, right? It's a lot of stress, yeah, wears you down. The cells are then only really able to take in that hormone, that chemical. You have the opportunity for freedom here, and Leos, you love to be free. So let's get on with it. Now what we're going to do, because that's a very powerful past, present, future, we're going to get the voice of the angels in overview, right? We've done that complexity with the archetypes, the light and the shadow, right? Past, present, future, feminine goddess perspective, masculine god perspective, really clicking together. So let's get one from the angels, that overarching broad stroke from the celestials. Please breathe. Please, my angels, one card in clarity for this Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love, December-ish yet timeless. Please, one card in clarity. How do you see this? Show me where they are on the path of true love. Listening, two-way card. The angels hear you. It's like I said, do the angels really need to know what you think you need? They know. They're listening. They're hearing your prayers, even the ones that you don't think of as prayers, like, oh, good God, help me. Angels are messengers of light. They interpret instantly and understand and know exactly what you need. You have to listen to them, though. It's two-way, cooperative. Now, what does it mean to listen to the angels? Well, I do. I mean, my name is Angelo Lyons. I'm the Markangel of Leo, of Lyons. Literally, Archangel Ariel. Its totem is the lion, right? The feminine form of Uriel. Big shock. I am a Urielite. That's years of training. I've been doing that since I'm a kid. It wired in me to communicate with angels. But listen to your better angels, right? Listen to the guidance, to the grace. Sit in silence. Sit in stillness for like 5 minutes a day. And what happens when we go into stillness is not only do we hear, in a way, clairvoyantly or otherwise, we're in the receptive mode, but that's when we really begin to experience that everything that has ever happened to us has made us better. Whether we consider it good or bad, the angels don't. The angels don't consider our experiences good or bad. They consider them experiences. Everything is here to help us grow on a soul level, for the soul to grow. That's why we incarnate. It's all about healing, growth, making better, higher virtue, quantum decisions in the game. Find that stillness a little bit. You don't have to do it for hours. Try 5 minutes. In that stillness, you will hear. Listen. Because they are listening to you. They are listening to what your heart's desires are, and they know that your heart's desires are part of the divine plan. You just think that you have to make your heart's desires manifest. Your heart's desires are going to manifest, but the how, the when, the why, and all of that shit comes down to you really listening and getting that. All right, then let me do my part. If it's scripted, if it's destined, if it's fated, okay. But that means I have to grow and evolve and become the person ready to have that. Listen. Listen to the silence and the stillness within. Center. Let's ask the higher selves of all involved, shall we? I love these oracle texts. They're fun. That was Doreen Virtue, Healing with the Angels Oracle. This is Whispers of Love Oracle, which I just absolutely adore. For the higher selves of all involved, I guess mine included, I am Leo rising, so please. You know, that's the thing about unity consciousness. You just can't play the illusionary game of, oh no, this isn't me, I'm not in this one. I'm like, yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. Why lie, right? Why pretend? What is my highest virtue? To be honest. Why? Because I've dealt with so many deceivers and liars in my life, going all the way back to my dad. I mean, I was born into deceit. So, you know, developed my intuition. That you get when you sit in still, you're just like, oh, that's why I'm so fucking intuitive. Like, oh. In stillness, you hear these things. Yeah. Let's go. Please, the higher selves of all involved, one card in clarity for this Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love. Please, a whisper of love for them, considering they've got this servant archetype, and the rules have hemmed them in, but mostly they're the rules of their own selves that they've created. Can do that, can't do that, oh no, can't do that. Feels like all rules are off on this one now, with that come hither, right? That they're being called forward on something. So please, with all this going on, one card in clarity, a whisper of love for this Leo collective. Be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. That you do not need to stay in a toxic relationship. You don't need to stay there. You can say, look, thank you so much for the support. And this is getting unhealthy. And I need to either heal this or move on. But I need to get some support for myself. I need to support myself. If someone is supporting you physically and treating you horribly, abuse or neglect, you know, people will walk away from abuse because it's active and it's obvious. Neglect is worse because it is silent, right? Just people ignore you. They just don't give you that which you, forget about deserve, are worthy of. Like basic respect, right? Hearing you out, respecting your point of view. But if it's all because they're paying the bills, whether it's a boss or a lover or a family member or whatever, be supportive. Show you care to that child. This is why the path of true love is about you. It's not narcissistic to say, all right, honey, child of my heart, no more. I will not let anybody abuse, neglect, or codepend upon us ever again to the best of my ability. I support you. I love you. I'm going to support myself. Now, usually what happens is you cry, you freak for a day, maybe longer, but then the divine, if you pay attention, starts sending you people an opportunity, but the doors don't open until you take at least the step of faith, let alone the leap of faith. It's scary. It's terrifying. But that's the hero's journey. That's the path of true love. Be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care about you, about that child. I care, kid. I want your dreams to come true. And staying here in this toxicity, whether it be a job or a relationship of any shape or form, I know it's the holiday season, and we may not have to jump right now today, but that's where we're headed. We're going to cross a finish line. We're almost done with this race. Let's get it together. I support you. I support our dreams. I support our heart's desires. Let's move forward wisely and well. Doesn't mean we have to burn down the house on the way out. But who is really being served here? Everyone involved, but I have to play my role, even if right now I don't really know what that is. But I'm being used. Being used by the divine instead of being used this way. Use me. Do you get that? Yeah. And the gods will show support for you pretty instantly. But sometimes they start you with an idea. It's like, go here. I'm like, oh, why didn't I think of that? Because it wasn't time for you to think of that yet. We're going to end with, excuse me, A Journey of Love Oracle card. Love this deck. Usually sums everything up. I'm going to read it right from the book. We started with the Collective Pantheons. We end with the Collective Pantheons drawing this card. And I will do an overview for you. So please breathe. Feels lovely. Oh, please. Please, oh, please, oh, please. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please. One card in clarity, a Journey of Love Oracle card for this Leo collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love for December-ish 2019, but also timeless for whenever anyone's watching this. Please, a real, true clarity here. Where is this Leo collective on the path of true love? The light field, Lightfield, 63, 6, 7, 8, 9, number of a completion. It really feels like this is wrapping itself up. Whatever this situation is, let me read the card. Now, this is, if you're new to this, these cards, there's a little bit of a, not just a description of the card, but the meaning of the card. Then they tell you what it means in terms of an oracle, what it's trying to tell you, and then a poem. So please breathe. Try and be as conscious of your breath as I do this, right? Because I'm going to do the same. Deeper the exhale, deeper the inhale. Here we go. The light field. You are very open to the other side. The veil that separates the world is very fine for you. For there is much love in your heart, and love exists beyond all barriers, including those of time, distance, and even death. If you wish to communicate with those that have passed on, do so through your heart. If you want to communicate energetically with your beloved, even though you are separated in physical location, then you can do so now. You're really not with the person you want to be with, are you? Your psychic abilities are opening, and you need confirmation or reassurance. Accept this message of guidance as being such. Those who have passed can be received fully and peacefully into the light and your love, as your light and your love guides them home. The messages that you sense in your own heart that come from unconditional love, that uplift and reassure, can be trusted. The light is so close to you, beloved. It surrounds you as a glow from within. The oracle brings you guidance that you are connecting with a field of awareness that is real, and that you are protected by light as you do so. It is confirming that there is nothing for you to fear, and that those who have passed on or will pass on in the future will always be safely held in love. It is also confirmation that there are very real bonds that connect you to your loved ones, past, present, and future, that are beyond the confines of time and space, that break the rules. Look, even your ancestors want this. Think about that. Your ancestral lineages that like set up the codependent patterning, you know, going back to Adam and Eve, if you want to go back that far, right? They're all like, no, this is the lifetime where you get to do this for the lineage, do this for us. We suffered a lot to get there. Maybe it's a little martyry. Sometimes they are. It's like, no, we suffered so that you get the freedom to do this, do this. Walk boldly, walk forward, be courageous. Go for love. Choose true love. Get yourself out of this situation. They will help you every way they can. But sometimes you got to ask. And remember this card of listening. They're hearing you. Are you hearing them? Talk and then listen. Find that stillness within and listen. Here's the poem. Take a deep breath. Oh God, the first line. When I'm in love, I am not afraid to be any part of me. I let it all be free for the world to know. And when I'm ready to love, I will create a reflection of who I am, and we will shed our fears, complete our past, and trust love to be our guide. This is very, very clear. This is very, very clear. This light field, you are one. You are the light you are. I am the light I am. Everything is light. And I'm not talking the fuck, everything is light. Christ Checks just had a Dane Cook moment. Whatever happened to him? He's so cute. Still doing, I'm sure. We're one with everything. Of course, spirit. Of course, your guides, your masters, your gods, your higher powers, but also your ancestors. Feel them, call to them, love them, and send love to the person you really want to be with that aren't with right now. Whoever they are. Even if you don't know who they are. But I have a feeling you do. The finish line is not that far away. You're going to be out of this situation, really, by hook or by crook, is what they're saying, which means you can either do this gracefully or be dragged. I always rather go gracefully. I always try and nail the dismount. Well, I'm a perfectionist Virgo that way. But Leo, be bad, be bold, be wiser, be hard, be tough, be stronger, be cool, be calm, stay together. Because all I know is love will save the day. I've had that song stuck in my head for days now. I really should play it. Oh, let's do your overview. Here we go. Magic clap. We start again with that servant archetype for my Leos. In the shadow, using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. In the light, delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. What clarifies that shadow, there are the rules, right? The rules and regulations to abide and obey, right? Which they may be outdated rules. They may not fit anymore. They may be more chains than rules at this point. Really, there's nothing wrong with healthy, safe boundaries, but even those have to shift, change, and evolve as we do. What clarifies that light attribute of delight in serving others with a free and loving heart is that come hither, you are being called. There's something magnetic, someone calling you forward that is part of your destiny. Is it going to last forever? What the fuck lasts forever in third dimensional patterning? Love is the only thing that's real. The soul is eternal. The forms come and go, wax and wane like weather and blow. All that rises falls. All that erodes is renewed. Around and around and around we go. The wheel of the year, right? So just go with it. Trust it. What's going on in the past here? That Ace of Cups with the Three of Wands, that you know where your happiness is. You know where your offer of love is. And you have tried your best to be loyal, to wait it out. But where you are now, it's like the High Priestess has taken over. You might as well surrender to the divine, because the Three of Cups is calling you. And if this is indeed a third-party situation, either you're with somebody in a codependent, toxic, fucked up deal and need to get out to be with the person that you really love, that you know would be a healthier choice for you, then you've got to at least get ready to do it, right? You have to get ready to do it. If this is somebody, the toxicity of the well-meaning, right? Well, but you can't leave that situation. You can't leave, even though you're being abused and neglected, you can't, because the money, because the paycheck, because the stock options, because they're paying your bills, because of the horrible shit it does, right? No, you got to move away from that. I never tell people what to do. But with the High Priestess there is shit going down that you are not aware of. And if you want to get ahead of the curve on this one, start making your plans. Why? Because in the future, you've got that Six of Pentacles there with the Nine of Swords. That's how you exit from all this insanity. And it is insanity. There is something mentally unstable, torturous, too much overthinking, too much placing blame, where the question is, it's like, it's rotting meat. I need to walk away. It is dead. This horse cannot be revived. But everything that you need is being given to you. How do I know that? Because we look at that card of the angels. The angels hear you. They hear every word, every thought, every prayer. They know the desires of your heart. They know how much you want to be with the person that you really want to be with, or the situation that you really want to be with. And they know you don't know how to get there. But listening is a two-way street. Be in the present moment. Find that stillness, even for just a couple of minutes, to relax, to open, and to sense that everything that has happened has made you better in the most important way on the level of the soul. And what does the higher self say? Be supportive, but most of all, be supportive of your dreams. Be supportive of yourself. This is your path. The path is supporting you. Everything that is happening is here to help you. We don't often see that. We don't like that idea. But if you get, then the universe is being supportive. Everything, including this toxic situation, which is forcing me out. I'm feeling the come hither of something wonderful. Even that is helping my soul develop courage, develop bravery, develop the endurance necessary to walk away from toxicity and into healing. And with that final card, that Journey of Love Oracle, the Field of Light, just communicate through the heart to your guides, to your gods, to your masters, to your angels, your higher power, to the higher selves of all involved, to your own higher self, and certainly to that one that you want to be with, known or unknown. Talk to them through your heart, which, means send them the love, feel the love, because the love that we most feel is the love we give anyway, and that is the true love, often, that conquers all. And isn't it good to know, Leos, that though the course of true love never did run smooth, that true love also conquers all. First within us, though, conquers our fears, conquers our demons, right? The demon narcissus, narcissistic tendencies, right? The demon wrath, one of my personal favorite, right? Name the deadly sins, right? They're all demons that possess us and humanity, obviously. Well, how do we deal with that? By walking the path of true love, by giving those voice without acting on them, right? By emotional exorcism, loving ourselves, even the most toxic fears within us, feeling the pain. Most of my life I have tried to avoid pain, right? It's how we're taught. But it is the pain that is the lead in the crucible, that through the power of true love, loving ourselves, simple, not easy, alchemizes that lead into gold. Out of fear and to love, right? That's the miracle. That's what we're here to do. And as we do it within ourselves, it happens within the collective around us. Love yourself. Be brave. Be bold. Be bad. Be wiser. Be a badass about it. And may you be blessed. May that, and this is me too. May the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need on the path of true love. That we may be the best that we can be. That we may serve the divine plan, our heart's desires, and in that, our true selves, past, present, and future, even our ancestors, for the well-being of all. And so it is. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, even though I'm in my bathrobe, and I'm not getting out of it anytime soon. I'm going to reset and maybe do the next reading. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But for now, my delightful, delicious, delovely Deleos. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed, blessed be.